angles in?
There are only acute angles other than the right angle. In a right triangle, the remaining two angles will always be acute only, my dear.
No, ma'am, can't we write it for right angle also? Ma'am,
No,
these ratios.
No, those ratios are specific to the two acute angles only because this right angle only is making the other two become equal. That's why I started with a similarity. When two or three triangles are similar, it is happening only because one of the triangles is fixed as 90. That is why you are getting the other two angles as acute angles, which will be equal even though when the sides are not equal. So there is nothing like defining the ratios for the right angle. With respect to the right triangle only we get the two acute angles. And this ratio is going to remain constant only with respect to the two other acute angles in the right triangle. Alright, now write this alpha, all the 6 trigonometric ratios for the angle alpha. So let angle A be called some alpha. So everywhere you will change. Write it completely. Sine of angle A, cosine of angle A, tangent of angle A, and put the ratios. Now you must be careful. What is going to change now? Nobody asked that and nobody had this doubt. Now with
adjacent and
opposite side.
With respect to the angle A, which is here, the hypotenuse will not change because the right angle is B, means the hypotenuse will remain AC. Now your concentration is on angle A. So which is the side which is opposite to angle A? Now this becomes
BC.
the opposite side, that is BC. And which is the side which is attached to the angle A? It is AB. So this will become your adjacent side. So with respect to angle A or alpha, BC is the opposite side and AB is the adjacent side. Still somebody is waiting. Okay, so this is clear. Now once you have fixed or identified the hypotenuse, the opposite and the adjacent sides, then writing this ratios will become obvious. So you should be able to write it. Please go on and write it. Yeah, get back to the screen. Now just you have to make the changes. Wherever you wrote C, you have to rewrite it as A. And wherever you have marked it as theta, you will call it alpha now. So make that change everywhere. You may have to rewrite it. I am just erasing that and rewriting the sign of angle alpha. The sign of angle alpha, tan of angle alpha. So I call it tan alpha, cos alpha, and sin alpha. So the ratios remain the same, only the sides will change. Now with respect to your alpha, the opposite side, which is the opposite side? Alpha is here, the opposite side is BC. So your opposite side you will write BC and the hypotenuse is the same, which is AC. So sine of alpha will be BC by AC. Next, cosine of alpha or cos alpha is adjacent by hypotenuse. Now this is the adjacent side because we are talking about alpha. So it will be AB by AC. Then moving on, we have the tangent of angle alpha, which we call it as tan alpha, which is sin alpha by cos alpha, which will again be equal to opposite divided by the adjacent. So it is BC by A. So once you identified the first three ratios correctly, then moving on to the reciprocal ratios will again become obvious. So is there any doubt in the first three ratios with respect to angle A or angle alpha? Is it clear?
Yes,
so now
ma'am.
let's try writing the reciprocal ratios. Try writing the reciprocal ratios. Still somebody is joining. So once your Basic ones are over. Now come back to the reciprocal ratios. So cosecant of angle alpha will be abbreviated as cosec alpha, which is 1 by sine alpha, which is hypotenuse by opposite, and hence you will have to go back and identify that in your triangle, which is the hypotenuse, which is AC, divided by the opposite is BC. Next, the secant of alpha, which we call as secant alpha, that is 1 by cos alpha, which is hypotenuse by adjacent. Hypotenuse is AC divided by the adjacent is AB. And the last ratio is cotangent or cot of alpha is 1 by tan alpha, which should be equal to adjacent by opposite. My adjacent is AB and my opposite is BC. So I got all the 6 ratios. You can compare these 6 ratios with the 6 ratios that you wrote originally for angle C or angle theta. They are not the same because the adjacent and the opposite sides will change depending on the angle that you are focusing on. Is that clear? So we will take up 1 or 2 problems and complete the class. So take down these 6 ratios. Tomorrow you should be able to start the class by writing both the ratios. Means these 6 ratios for angle A and 6 ratios for angle C. Provided your B is your right angle. So you should be able to recall this on your own without seeing. So what is sine? What is cosine? What is tan? Once you know these 3, the reciprocals will become the cosecant, the secant and the cotangent, or the cosec, sec and the cot. All these are small letters. Don't write capitals anywhere at all. Trigonometry, it is very, very important that the abbreviations will be in small letters only. Is it clear? Any doubt you can ask? Otherwise, I think I move on to the problems. So I take my chair back. I hope you have written down. So in that hope, I am just sitting down now.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes, somebody is asking me something. Yes, tell me.
Ma'am, in reciprocal ratios, we have written 1 by cos, 1 by cot, and 1 by sin. Why we have written that?
In reciprocal ratios, yeah, because I know one is the reciprocal of the other. I know, okay, maybe one more statement I have to write. Just give me 2 minutes. Now somebody is asking me, why am I writing cosecant as 1 by sine? Because they are the reciprocals of each other. When I say cosec, I should understand it is 1 by sine. So from these observations that we have, we can get a generalization here. Can you see who is not writing? There is one generalization that I'm going to make. I just turn my laptop a little because I'm writing on the other end of the board. Now I know my sine and cosecant are reciprocal ratios. That means when I write sine theta multiplied with cosecant theta, because they are reciprocal ratios, they will multiply to give you 1. Because your sine and cosecant are reciprocal ratios, they will multiply together to make 1. How do you understand this? Sine theta into cosecant theta will be 1 multiplied by 1 by sine theta, because cosecant is seen as the reciprocal of sine. So the sine and sine gets cancelled and hence you get it as equal to 1. That's why they are reciprocal. If I take 3, the reciprocal of 3 will be 1 by 2. So the product of the original number and its reciprocal is always equal to 1. Similarly, when you talk about reciprocal ratios in trigonometry, the product of the original ratio and its reciprocal will always become equal to 1. So the first one we have written as sine into cosecant will always be equal to 1. Similarly, the second pair will be cos multiplied with secant will always be equal to 1 because cos and secant are reciprocal ratios. Similarly, when you write tan theta multiplied with cot theta, they will always be equal to 1. Whatever be the value of this angle theta, always the sine of the original angle and the cosecant of that original angle will multiply to become 1. Similarly, the cos multiplied with secant for any angle theta will always become equal to 1. Same is true for tan multiplied with cot, which will always become equal to 1. Is that clear? Take this down also. This is also important. You should know that. Only then you will remember the reciprocal ratios. So I'm coming back to my chair because I want to share something else on the screen now. Okay. I hope you have written down all this. Even if you have not written down, don't worry. Anyway, I'm recording it. I shall send it. Now, I just wanted to get back to your textbook. So let me go back to the textbook. Okay. So if you have your textbooks, please open them because we are just completing the first 3 basic ratios with their reciprocals and hence making it 6. Now we should be able to apply this knowledge in at least 1 or 2 problems before we end. We have another 5 minutes to go. So we will do 2 problems now. So look at your page number 181. For those who don't have the textbook, I've opened the page here now. Those who have the textbook, it will be very easy. Take your page number 181, exercise 8.1. The first one at least we shall try. Alright. So in triangle ABC, right angled at B. So you should be able to draw the figure because the figure is not given to you. So I'll give you 30 seconds to draw. Mark AB as 24 and BC as 7. And then using that, you have to find out sine of angle A and cos of angle A. Can you see why I was telling you all these abbreviations of sine and cos are on small alphabets? Please do not bring any caps at all anywhere. Trigonometry, please force yourself to remember that all the abbreviations of the ratios will be in small letters or small alphabets only. Only the angles will take the caps. So don't ever introduce any caps when you write the abbreviation. Is that clear? So I think let this be on the display for a while. I'll just clear the board and get back. Then I'll focus on the board. So you can take down the question by the time. Okay, I hope you would have taken down the question. Now I'll just stop the screen share so that you can see the board behind me. Okay, so this is the problem given to us. We have a triangle ABC, right angled at B. I have marked the B as the right angle. Then you are given 2 sides, that is AB as 24 and BC as 7. So these are 2 sides which are given. Now using these 2 sides, I should be able to find these 2 ratios first. That is sine of angle A and cos of angle A. So to find the sine of angle A and the cos of angle A, I know my hypotenuse is very much required, which is not given to me. AC is the hypotenuse. How do I know AC is the hypotenuse? Because it is opposite to the right angle. Now how do I find out AC? Because only 2 sides of the right triangle is known to me. How do I find AC?
Ma'am, by Pythagoras theorem.
Yeah, by
Applying
applying
Pythagoras theorem.
Pythagoras theorem. I'm writing it as PT. Please don't write PT. Write Pythagoras theorem on triangle ABC. Because of the Pythagoras theorem, I know AC square or hypotenuse square is equal to AB square plus BC square. So substitute the values. Your AB is 24 whole square plus BC is 7 whole square. What is 24 whole square? Quickly someone. 24 square.
576.
576 plus 49. What is 576 plus 49?
625.
Yes, 625. 625 is a beautiful square number.
25.
Yeah, it will be the square root of, sorry, the square of 25. So your AC will be 25 centimeters. So I can go back and write my AC has become 25 centimeters. Now I have all the three sides. Now I have to concentrate on the angle with respect to A. So where is my A? It is sitting here. So with respect to A, this is the angle I am talking about. Which is the opposite side with respect to A?
Mom, BC.
Yeah, with respect to angle A, which is the opposite side?
BC.
And which is the adjacent side?
AB.
So write it. First few times maybe if you write it, it is always better. You should not get confused because you are going to now take on the ratio. So I'm coming to the left side of the board. I hope I will able to say. So sine of angle A. Yes, now we are seeing sine of angle A is always equal to opposite by hypotenuse. So what is your opposite side? With respect to A, it is 7. Divided by, what is your hypotenuse? It is 25. So your sine of angle A is 7 by 25. Opposite by hypotenuse. This also if you want to write hypotenuse. Then they want the cos of angle A also. So cos of angle A, just now we have defined it is adjacent divided by hypotenuse. So which is the adjacent side for angle A? It is 24. And the hypotenuse is 25. So cos of angle A is 24 by 25. Please always write the ratio and then substitute the values. Don't directly jump here. You will not know how you have done it. And once you recall it, it is always better. Alright. Now the second part, we wanted sine of angle C. So I should go back to my triangle and now focus on the angle C. Now my angle is C. So which is the opposite side now? AB becomes the opposite side. And which is the adjacent side? BC becomes the adjacent side. Adjacent side, how do I find out? It will be attached to the angle itself. You can see it is attached to the angle. BC is sticking to the angle itself. Opposite दूर रहते. It will be just एदरगड़े, opposite. So now go back. Sine of angle C is equal to opposite by hypotenuse. So now my opposite is 24 and the hypotenuse does not change because the right angle doesn't change at all. So it is 25. Then cos of angle C, we have defined the cos of any angle as adjacent by hypotenuse. So which is the adjacent now? 7. And the hypotenuse remains 20. So did you see all the 4 ratios I could recall? Only because I know how to recall my trigonometric ratios. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I think I will get back to my screen to come back to the textbook because I need to give you some work for today. Okay, so I am back into exercise 8.1. Now I think you should be able to complete the second, third and the fourth in your classwork itself. Because here also there are right triangles and some ratios are asked. So you should be able to find out what are those 3 sides using the Pythagoras and then find out the ratios. Because ratios are just introduced to you now You should be able to exactly recall the ratio and substitute the values to get the exact value. Now here, only in the third and the fourth one. See, this is easy. Second one, because two sides are given as 12 and 13. You know how to find out the third side using the Pythagoras. Here the hypotenuse is given, one side is given, you have to find the other side. So apply the Pythagoras to find the third side. That is fine. But what will happen when it is the third problem? Sine of angle A is given as 3/4. What will you do? Sine of angle A. I'll get back to the board. Think what you will do, because there the sides are not given. What will you do? Only the ratio is given. So how will you go back to the third side? Because you need all the three sides when you need to apply the ratios.
Ma'am, the angle opposite to A will be of 3 centimeters.
3
Okay,
x
it's given
centimeter.
sine of angle A only. No, they are not
Hypotenuse
giving
will
you
be
the
4.
sides, no. Okay, now I go back to the board. I'll just come back and share my screen. Just a minute. I'll just write down the point so that I can share this thing. Now you also can draw a triangle based on what is given to you. Then you will be able to complete it. I'm not going to do the problem. I'm just going to give you a clue which you will take and then complete. So let me come back to stop share. Yeah. Can you see the board now? Yeah, I have written ABC is a triangle where sine of angle A is given as 3/4. Sine of angle A. So because I know the ratio sine, trigonometric ratio of sine of angle A is always defined as opposite by hypotenuse. So it is given as 3/4. So I will see this 3/4 as opposite by hypotenuse. Because the original values are not given, I will take my opposite as 3 times some k and the hypotenuse as 4 times k. So that this k and k will cancel, and originally I have a 3/4 only. So I will write the opposite side as 3 times k and my hypotenuse as 4 times k. What is this k? This k is some variable, because these are not absolute values like the previous problem. 12 centimeters, 13 centimeters, and the kotilla. It is not given. It is only given as a ratio. So whenever a ratio is given, always multiply the variable to tell the absolute values may be 3 times some k and 4 times some k. Now using this 3k and 4k, can you find out AB?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, because you know the Pythagoras theorem can be applied here. So find out your AB and then go back and find whichever ratio they want you to find. Alright, because you will be finding the ratios, you will get only fractions. The k will automatically disappear. Because here also you will get a value in k. Because all the three sides are in terms of k, you will get only fractions for these ratios that you want. Similarly, the next problem, it will work on the same way. Now look at this problem. 15 times cot A, even the second one I'm running out of time. Okay. It is given 15 times cot A equals 8. Then find sin A and secant A. 15 times cot A is 8 and the n baribeku. Cot A becomes 8/15. Alright. Cot A becomes 8/15. I think I'll get that to my screen and show you quickly. I think who is having the next class for you?
English.
English. Okay. We have to move fast. So cot of angle A is 8/15 because it was given as 15 times cot A equals 8. It was given like this. Correct. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring this 15 down to the right hand side. So 8/15 is your cot A. How will I define cot A? Whenever I take a triangle, say ABC, right angle at B, cot of the given angle, I'm seeing it as 8k by 15k. Cot ಅನ್ನು define ಮಾಡೋದು ಹೇಗೆ? It is the reciprocal of tan. Tan is opposite by adjacent. So your cot will be adjacent by opposite. So with respect to A, this is your adjacent by opposite. Cot is defined as adjacent by opposite. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಳಿರೋದು ನಾಳೆಯಿಂದ recall ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. You should tell me. When I say cot of A, you should tell adjacent by opposite. So adjacent for A is 8k and the opposite is 15k. So So then you should find out AC. All right. Once you find out AC, you should be able to go back and find out any ratio that they are asking. All right. Can you see the figure there? Can you see the figure there? So these are the clues I have given you. If you have completed the problem, you can always post it in the group after I say an okay. So those who are not able to do will follow those who could help them by doing it on their own. All right. So I think we will close here because your English teacher should not be angry that only the maths is going on. So all that I wanted to tell you, I have told you now. So we will meet tomorrow. Probably there should not be any change because I have another official work to attend to. I'll tell you by tomorrow morning because I don't know how long that work would proceed. In case I get engaged there, our tomorrow's class will be cancelled, which I will inform you. Then we will join. I think we have a class every day. Do we have a class on Fridays also? So I think we will conclude our class here today. So complete your work. Any doubts, you can always get back in the next class. So be in time for the next class. Don't get delayed anywhere. I don't know how you are attending classes back to back with your data. Anyway, if there is any problem, always report back so that we can report it to the headmaster. Because 4 classes on a day, all on Zoom or on, I don't know, if some of you are, I don't know, some teachers may be doing it on Google Meet, I don't know. But even then your data will get exhausted. So please let us know if there is any such problem because we have to attend to your problems also. Okay then, bye for now. Go and join your English class quickly. Bye.
Thank you.